The Aquitaine province of southwestern France is known for its beautiful buildings, extensive vineyards, and miles of white sand beaches. Now this region is playing host to the world's top professional surfers. Today, we are at Lacanau Océan for round number 8 of the ASP World Tour, the $100,000 Quicksilver Lacanau Pro. David Stanfield with 1973 world champion and founder of the ASP, Ian Cairns. And Ian, we have classic beach break conditions.
Out here today, Lacanau has really good waves. As you said, the beach break conditions, breaking over sandbars, but tide is the big factor. There's about a 20-foot tidal range here, and where the surfers are surfing right now, 30 minutes from now may be dry sand.
We've seen spectacular surfing here at Lacanau Océan since 1979. In 1983, the ASP World Tour came to town, so the established pros, they are known here. But last year, big moves by Kelly Slater, the rookie. He is now a local favorite. And 2 new adopted sons, some of the top surfers in the world, in fact, number 1 and 2 ranked in 1990, are now living here.
Gary Elkerton from Australia has moved here, as has Tom Curran from California, 3-time world champion. They both make their home here in France.
And they are definitely crowd favorites along with the Kelly Slaters. But before we tell you who's in today's main event final, let's take a look at quarterfinal highlights.
Richie Collins versus Gary Elkerton. Collins, 22 years old, out of Newport Beach, California, had some spectacular early rounds. Round number 2, he scored 92 points. Round number 3, 93 points. Richie Collins, the 1990 event runner-up, hoped it better last year's results, but would have to do it against the hometown favorite, Gary Elkerton. Richie's scoring waves included a 27-0, the highest scoring wave of the quarters, finishing with a total of 88.3. But Gary Elkerton's 4-wave average of 22.2 gave him the win by a half a point for a total of 88.8. He gave credit to his equipment.
I've actually just started experimenting with epoxy boards. Her name's Polly, actually, my first one, and she's going really good. Yeah, it's unreal.
Gary Elkerton beats Richie Collins in the closest heat of the contest and moved into semifinal number 1, where he would face either Dave McCauley or Martin Potter. Martin Potter, 25 years old, the 1989 world champion, now living in Whale Beach, Australia, up against Dave McCauley, 27 years old, Cowarrup Bay, Australia. Dave McCauley coming into this contest ranked 7th in the world. His final standing in 1990 was 7th. He put in a good pace early on, but Martin Potter, the 1989 Lacanau champion, would score the highest wave of the heat, a 26-0 on this long left-hander. In earlier rounds, Martin Potter shot down Jeff Booth and Bart Lynch. Consistency, however, would give Dave McCauley the win, 83.3 to 77.8. Dave talked about the conditions.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty clean offshore. You know, it's the first offshore we've had. And I'm looking forward to the semi.
Dave McCauley advanced out of the quarters and into the semifinal number 1, where he would meet Gary Elkerton. Quarterfinals 3 and 4. Damien Hardman, Kelly Slater, Robbie Bain, and Shane Powell. Quarterfinal number 3 featured ASP veteran and former world champion Damien Hardman up against rookie sensation Kelly Slater, 19 years old, out of Cocoa Beach, Florida. Slater started the heat strongly with his high-scoring left. Both Slater and Hardman rode 6 waves each during the heat. Damien Hardman, the 25-year-old who's been surfing since the age of 10, the 8th-year pro. His tactic was careful wave selection, and Damien consistently caught bigger waves. And a good cover up there. But in an attempt to catch up, Slater went for broke, pulling off this incredible sliding re-entry. But it would not be enough, as Damien scored the highest wave of the heat, a 25.5, giving him a heat total of 87 to Slater's 81. Trialist and rookie pro Kelly Slater with this equal 5th moves from 65th to 48th in the ASP rankings. Damien Hardman moves into semifinal number 2. In quarterfinal number 4, we saw Shane Powell out to beat fellow Australian Rob Bain. Trialist and second-year pro Shane Powell had lost to Rob Bain in 2 previous matchups and was out looking for revenge. Bainey was looking to make it into the semifinals for the 2nd contest in a row. Rob Bain's best wave, a 21.5 out of a possible 30. Meanwhile, Shane Powell averaged a 21.9, a great contest for Shane Powell. He defeated Tom Curran in round number 2 of the main event. And this win over Rob Bain was sweet revenge.
No, I just really wanted to beat him because he's beaten me twice that other year and last year. So I just wanted to get him back.
A bright future for second-year pro Shane Powell. He moves into the semifinals with 3 other Australians. Former Australian, now living in France, Gary Elkerton, Dave McCauley, both in semifinal number 1, and Shane Powell meets Damien Hardman. The newest full-time addition to the ASP Tour is Kelly Slater from Cocoa Beach, Florida. After a tremendous amateur career in which he collected 4 U.S. titles, Slater has dedicated himself to the world of professional surfing.
Well, now that I've surfed a few contests, it's getting easier. But yeah, you know, when I was a rookie, well, I'm a rookie now, but last year when I just turned pro, it was really hard for me because I get nervous in front of the big crowds, and I was trying to get used to the different rules than what we had in the amateur surfing, such as the buoy and priority and that kind of thing. And you know, it was a big jump for me. But now I think I'm doing fairly well. You know, I'm making it through my heats, and right now I feel like I'm surfing pretty well, so I'm satisfied with myself right now.
Last winter, Kelly spent some time in the powerful surf of the North Shore to prepare himself for the big wave challenges of Hawaii's Triple Crown. As Kelly becomes accustomed to the ASP World Tour and gains experience, his future looks to be very promising. No one doubts his natural ability, and some predict he'll follow in the footsteps of 3-time world champion Tom Curran. The beautiful seaside community of Lacanau Ocean is hosting once again the $100,000 Quicksilver Lacanau Pro. Stay with us, semifinal highlights coming up.
A lot of men want to know more about Rogaine with minoxidil. If you're one of them, I have good news for you. Now there's a brochure prepared especially for men who want answers to their questions about Rogaine. Simply call 1-800-333-9416, and Upjohn will be glad to send it to you, absolutely free. Now, once you've looked at it, you'll probably want to schedule an appointment with a doctor. After all, only your doctor can prescribe Rogaine. And if you call right now, Upjohn will also send you the names of doctors in your area who can help you decide if Rogaine is right for you. You'll also receive a $10 certificate as an incentive to see your doctor. For your free brochure that gives you the complete story on Rogaine with minoxidil and your $10 certificate, call toll-free 1-800-333-9416. So what are you waiting for? Make the call today.
Must conquer the track that's too tough to tame to become the first 3-time consecutive champion of the Heinz Southern 500. Watch the excitement from Darlington, and you could win a new car. Sunday on ESPN.
Welcome back to the $100,000 Quicksilver Lacanau Pro from the seaside community of Lacanau Ocean. Semifinal highlights coming up. Gary Elkerton versus Dave McCauley. We saw those two in semifinal number 1. Gary Elkerton, currently ranked 20th on the ASP World Tour, 26 years old, moved from Australia, now a local here, up against Dave McCauley from Western Australia, age 27. Gary Elkerton wasted no time in demonstrating his purposes in semifinal number 1, catching his first wave at the sound of the horn. He sets his watch and scores 19 points on his way to the beach. McCauley, however, controlled the first half of the heat with high-scoring waves both on his backhand and front side, and it looked as if McCauley would advance to the final. Elkerton, seeing McCauley's advantage, picked up the pace, registering the highest score of the heat, a 25.5, and following that up with a 24-point wave. Elkerton, the crowd favorite, signaled victory to his supporters and talked to Ian Cairns after this heat.
I had to really put it on that time. McCauley sort of had me there. I thought he was going to get me, but I think I just pulled out the better maneuvers in the end.
This whole crew, the French crew on the beach helping you out, are they really boosting you up?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. I've never had this before, even in Australia, you know. But it's really heavy. They're all my friends, and it's great to have that support.
Gary Elkerton, runner-up to the World Championship crown to Tom Curran in 1990, moves into the finals. Semifinal number 2, former world champion Damien Hardman and trialist Shane Powell. Damien Hardman, 25 years old, currently ranked 3rd on the ASP World Tour, coming into Lacanau, up against fellow Australian 19-year-old trialist from Avoca Beach, Australia, Shane Powell. Damien Hardman, in search of his first event win in 1991, has 2 runner-up finishes in the first 7 events. He started this semifinal number 2 strongly, scoring 21 points on his first wave. Shane Powell took down some big guns in this main event. The trialists defeated Fabio Gouveia, Tom Curran, Todd Holland, and Rob Bain in the quarterfinals and was exploring unfamiliar territory in this, his first ever ASP semifinal. The Goofy Footer's performance was good and earned him 76.5 points. Thousands of spectators on the beach, many on holiday, curious about the competition. The locals from Lacanau Ocean, though, hardcore surf enthusiasts, watched closely, and they saw Damien Hardman in control from the beginning, riding bigger waves and netting bigger scores. Hardman later said the semifinal heat win was due to a change in his attitude.
In the past, I've sort of worried about what other guys done, and I think that's been my downfall in the last couple of events. So, you know, it seems to be working okay here.
Damien Hardman qualifies for his third final in 1991, round number 2, Australia, Bells Beach. He lost to Bart Lynch. Round number 4 in the Reunion Islands, he lost to Jeff Booth. Now he's up against Gary Elkerton. And we are set for the men's main event final. Let's take a look at conditions right now. Wind is picking up 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's out of the west. The swell's out of the northwest. 2 to 4 feet, 4-foot maximum. Water comfortable 68 degrees for Damien Hardman, the former world champion, 25 years old, out of Narrabeen, New South Wales, Australia. Up against former Australian out of Mooloolaba, Queensland, Australia, now local from Lacanau Ocean. Local favorite Gary Elkerton, 26 years old, will have a birthday in just a couple of days. Beautiful wife Pascal watching from the beach, and thousands of fans. A barrel roll on the outside, 2 moves on the outside, now into the whitewater. The wave not offering a lot on the inside, but 2 good moves out the back. And the crowd loves it. A veteran of 19 years, Gary Elkerton. In fact, he made his pro debut here at the Lacanau Pro in 1984. Elkerton's big move out the back, a snappy barrel roll, but only 11.5 points the judges give him out of a possible 30 points. On the beach, the thousands watching. 2 Australians, Damien Hardman and Gary Elkerton, now in white. His first wave, the 25-year-old from Narrabeen, Damien Hardman, the 1987 world champion. A smaller wave, but he gets a couple moves on the open face. We'll see how that score matches up Elkerton's first wave. Damien Hardman, coming into this event, currently ranked 3rd. And with a win here, he could move to 2nd overall in the World Tour. 18 points on this wave because of the open face moves. There's 2 around the section, and there's his 3rd open face move. A competitive technician is Damien Hardman. Cameras on the beach now focused on Gary Elkerton. Elkerton, another left, his 2nd wave. Underneath the crumbling section there, he goes off the top. And to a small shoulder he goes and tries to pull off one more move. There's the power. Elkerton has had an incredible career. 2-time Hawaiian Triple Crown champion. In fact, he's the only surfer to win all 3 events in Hawaii's Triple Crown, known for his big wave exploits. And known for a small wave prowess is Damien Hardman, the former world champion on this wave that is not more than 2 feet high, carrying plenty of speed. Hardman's opening wave, an 18-0. And brings it all the way to the inside. The former world amateur junior champion of 1984, 3 years later, went on to win the world title. Looking back at the 2nd wave of Gary Elkerton, 16 points. Good moves on the open face for Elkerton, but he is behind. Damien Hardman scores 15.5. Our 2 finalists have 2 scoring waves, and totaling those up, Damien Hardman leads 33.5 to 27.5. Let's take a quick look at the beautiful city of Bordeaux as our finalists paddle out, and we'll continue with the Quicksilver Lacanau Pro right after this.
I'm a big man.
Why do so many men stick with Bic?
I'm a big man.
Because there's a Bic for every beard. Regular, sensitive, metal.
Yeah, I'm a big man.
I'm a big man.
He comes off the bottom here, snaps it off the top on the Bud Pro Surfing Tour. He drops down to the bottom of the wave, comes out on the open face, off the top there beautifully. He's board sending spray everywhere as he drops back into this wave one more time. He goes down to the bottom, and now on the open face, this wave, look at it, starting to take shape on the inside. And what a ride here. He's stalling on the tail block. He's in the barrel. He's coming at it. He's right inside. He's coming.
Experience the power of the Bud Pro Surfing Tour, coming to a beach near you.
Brace yourself. For the mountain fresh scent of Mountain Fresh Style. Wow.
When I did go into the industry, I found a way to make that voice usable. Not only usable, but identifiable, which was the key.
Welcome back to the Association of Surfing Professionals World Tour. This is round number 8 for the men, the Quicksilver Lacanau Pro. $100,000 in prize money on the line. And we are into the men's main event final. Here's Damien Hardman on his third wave. His first two waves telling 33.5. His best wave an 18.0. This is going to better that possibly. Beautiful down the line wave. Lots of speed, lots of distance for Damien Hardman, the former world champion out of Narrabeen, New South Wales, Australia, wearing white, paddles back out. The crowd on the beach, though, they are cheering on Gary Elkerton. Let's take a look at Damien's last wave, though. 19.5, highest wave of the heat. He definitely takes a commanding lead in this, the men's main event final. $14,000 going to the winner and $5,000 to the runner-up. Elkerton needs a big wave. He's out the back, and Elkerton on a beautiful wave. Great open face, down the line speed. There's a big move on the open face, 2. And Elkerton trying to answer back. Damien Hardman, his third scoring wave was the 19.5. Let's see if Elkerton can get back in the hunt. A sandbar bottom, he runs back out. Surf deteriorating in the afternoon chop here. Elkerton, 19 points, and Elkerton challenging Damien Hardman for this, the Quicksilver Lacanau Pro. The crowd watching intently. Here is Damien Hardman now, his fourth wave. Beautiful bottom turn, sets up for a nice off the top, and then another quick one, a good rebound. And a small rebound off the whitewater. And getting in 4 combination moves, a small 5th one. Hardman with another good, solid scoring wave. He has held the lead in this final since the opening wave, which was an 18.0. His highest score was a 19.5 here. A 19.1 on this 4th scoring wave. Damien Hardman now with a commanding lead in this, the final of the Quicksilver Lacanau Pro. Spectators on the beach looking out the back, seeing Gary Elkerton. Elkerton paddling for this wave. Beautiful bottom turn, nice move off the top. And a stylish roundhouse cutback. One more move on the mini closeout. And a move off the whitewater. Elkerton has won one event here in France. It was back in 1987 in Biarritz, the Surf Masters. He would love to win here in his hometown now of Lacanau. Elkerton scores 21 points. The judges being very generous on Elkerton's 4th scoring wave. Gary Elkerton chipping away at Damien Hardman's big lead. Let's take a look at the scores right now as they paddle back out. It is Hardman 72.1 to Gary Elkerton 67.5. Those are the scores after 4 waves. In the Roxy Quicksilver women's competition, we saw 2 Australians, both 21 years old, both out of New South Wales. Michelle Donahoe, 4th-year pro, up against Pauline Mentor, 3rd-year pro. And in the finals, both ladies caught their fair share of waves and both turned in impressive performances, but the judges found that the hard-driving yet smooth style of Pauline Mentor was enough to outscore Michelle Donahoe's aggressive surfing. Good effort by Michelle Donahoe, a 2nd-place finish. The winner, Pauline Mentor, though, her 4th ASP career victory, her 2nd win this year. She moves to number 2 in the ratings. Pauline Mentor racks up 61.1 points to Michelle Donahoe's 56.5, equal 3rd-place finish, Connie Nixon-Fuchs and Alicia Schwartzstein. Back to the men's main event in progress. We should note that defending world champion and Lacanau Pro champion Tom Curran lost to trialist Shane Powell in round number 2 of this event. And current tour points leader Brad Gerlach lost to trialist Kaipo Hakias in round number 2 of the main event. Here's Gary Elkerton, his 5th wave. His low-scoring wave, an 11.5. He's going to try to better that. He's been getting stronger as the heat's been wearing on. His last 2 waves, a 19.0 and a 21.0. Elkerton trying to gain some ground on Damien Hardman. And on his 5th wave, 18.5, and the computer reads out 74.5 points for Gary Elkerton. He moves into the lead. Damien Hardman now has 72.1. And for the last 2 years, the event champion here at the Quicksilver Lacanau Pro, namely Martin Potter and Tom Curran, went on to win the world title. Damien Hardman on his 5th wave would love to go on and win his 2nd world title. Damien Hardman winning the main event final from the outset. And then Elkerton's last scoring wave. Elkerton moves into the lead. Hardman fighting back. And scores coming through. Damien Hardman needs to eliminate a 15.5. He scores an 18.5. Hardman moves into the lead on his 5th scoring wave. It's now or never for Gary Elkerton. Time winding down. He needs a 16.0 to win. This will be the last wave for Gary Elkerton. Plenty of down-the-line speed, a little slash underneath the closing lip. And he works over the whitewater. 16 points is what he needed. And the ASP judges, they have scored that wave, but have yet to enter it into the computer because they are watching Damien Hardman on his final wave. Time is running out. And that will be a throwaway wave for Damien Hardman. There's the horn. Australians have won this event 6 times in the last 11 years, guaranteed an Australian to win here today. Hardman congratulates Gary Elkerton, feeling very confident. Scores coming in right now. And by 0.6 of a point, Damien Hardman wins over Gary Elkerton 75.1 to 74.5. While our 2 finalists make their way to the stage, we'll take a quick look at the beautiful Aquitaine province of southwestern France. Stay with us for the awards presentation.
It is from Kodak. It delivers the highest resolution, microfine grain, superior image structure for ultra-sharp detail. It is called Ektar. Sound like the world's most impressive color print film? It is Ektar film by Kodak. The genius is in the details.
You wanna accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Tune in to the affirmative, the family channel, yes indeed.
Nobody captures life on the positive side like the Family Channel.
You wanna accentuate the positive, the family channel, yes indeed. Viola, Barry Bonds, Homer with 2 runners on, Greenwood, Thomas, Nolan, Ryan, Tempest on the verge of flying. Every park, every name, we'll take you to every game. Comeback wins, home run make. ESPN Baseball, Tuesday nights.
To you by Budweiser, the king of beers, with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud.
Welcome back to the $100,000 Quicksilver Lacanau Pro at the seaside community of Lacanau-Sion. And thousands have gathered to watch the awards presentation. And onto the stage, Gary Elkerton. Gary Elkerton, with this 2nd place finish, jumps from 20th to 11th in the ASP ratings. And Damien Hardman, the winner of the 1991 Lacanau Pro, $14,000 in his pocket, his 14th ASP career win, and he moves up to 2nd in the ASP ratings, overtaking Barton Lynch. And now he is just 232 points behind Brad Gerlach as we take a look at the final standings. And winning the 12th annual event of the Lacanau Pro, sponsored by Quicksilver, Damien Hardman, followed by Elkerton, McCauley, and Powell. Damien is with Ian Cairns. Ian?
Damien Hardman, you followed your own game plan and knocked off some pretty serious competition.
Yeah, I did. I just worried about what I was doing. I didn't, I just stuck to what I knew that get me throughout the event, and it paid off.
Well, it's been a long dry spell for you. Not too many wins in the past couple of months.
Yeah, well, it's been about 18 months, I think, and I forgot how good it feels to win, and nothing beats winning. I'm sure of that now.
Well, with this win, you should be going on strength to strength through the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think, surfing, like most sports, is, a lot depends on your confidence, and there's nothing better for your confidence than winning, so I'm pretty amped now.
Well, good luck with the rest of the season, Damien.
Thanks.
Nothing beats winning. Congratulations once again to Damien Hardman. British Airways, the world's favorite airline, flies from 17 cities in the USA to over 100 cities in 80 countries around the world. On behalf of my colleague Ian Cairns, I'm David Stanfield. So long from Lacanau, France, and the Quicksilver Lacanau Pro.